Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's use one of those beautiful napkins to make a one-of-a-kind box. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for making the choice right now to be here, and thank you for all of the wonderful positive support you show to me and to my channel. I can never say it enough. I really do appreciate it. Today we're going to use some of these awesome paper napkins to make this beautiful one-of-a-kind custom box to go along with the note cards that we made. So y'all know what time it is? It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's the custom box we're making to hold those awesome blank note cards that we made using beautiful paper napkins. So as you can see, I have the note cards here. So in this box, I'll be putting 4, but if you want, you can make it a set of 6. However, I'm putting 4 because I will be including 4 envelopes in this box that I'll show you in another video. So the finished size of this box is 4 5/8 by 6 5/8, and it is 5/8 of an inch deep. So easy to make. We are going to make it using the same technique that we made when we made our beautiful note cards. Now I'm going to show you that technique, and if you want to see the note card video, check the description box because I will have it linked. And also the description box will have a link to my Amazon storefront. So if you're interested in some of the products that I use in any of my videos, please check there because that is where you'll find them. And if I don't have a link in that Amazon storefront, then I don't have a link for that item. So to make this project, it's going to be very simple. I'll be using another one of the beautiful paper napkins that I bought, and I got these from Tuesday morning, I believe. And then I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch heavyweight cardstock. Super simple. So what I have done is I have run the cardstock through my Xyron sticker maker, and it will put the sticky on the back. You have the Xyron Creative Station, the 9 inch. It will actually run adhesive on the back of this piece. You just place it in with the 8.5 inch side going in first, and you'll be able to place edge to edge adhesive. Now, if you don't have a Xyron, you can actually take strips of tape if you want and tape from top to bottom, or you can use a spray adhesive to put spray on the entire piece, and make sure that if you use a spray adhesive, you are spraying outdoors. So what I want to do is my napkin is 3 plies, and only one of the plies has the graphic on it. So I am removing the 2 white portions that don't have the graphic, and I'll save these because I can use them for cleanup when I'm using glue and other items. So we're going to have our piece like this, and it's going to be very thin, pretty much translucent, so you can see my fingers through that. Make sure you remove all of the white layers from the back, otherwise your project will not turn out the way that mine is going to turn out. So for the Xyron, all I have to do is peel away the backer, and you can see that I have sticky here. And so then I'm just going to take this and pretty much place it down wherever I want. And then I'll flip it over, and you can see that it's pretty wrinkled, but I am going to use my big old spatula to go in and flatten out as many of those wrinkles as possible. And this is our working surface here. So you can just take your finger blade if you want, run it along the edge to remove the excess. Or if you're using an X-Acto knife, you can use that as well. Or you can simply tear it. So when you do the tear method, you're going to have some of the napkin that might still be remaining. You can take a nail file or a sanding block, and you can remove this. Or if you're working on a project that calls for that distressed look, let's say you're doing some junk journaling or something like that, then you can just leave those rough edges on. So now that we have our working piece, I need to bring in my scoreboard, and on the 11-inch side, we're going to score at 5/8 of an inch, at 5 1/4, at 5 7/8, and at 10 1/2. So on the 11-inch side, we scored at 5/8, at 5 1/4, 6 7/8, and 10 1/2. Then we're going to rotate it to the 8 1/2-inch side, and we're going to score at 5/8 of an inch, 7 1/4, and 7 7/8. And so now we simply need to fold and burnish our scores. So on that glue flap, we're going to remove this end piece and these two end pieces here. So you can angle and cut straight across. Cut straight across and remove. So your piece will look like this. Now we're going to go across here. Let's go up to that second score mark and we'll drag straight down. And it looks like I need to change the blade in my finger blade. So here we're going to go up to the second score mark, drag straight down, and then we're going to fold these two pieces in because we need to reduce these two pieces. And then we're also going to angle cut those two pieces as well. So now that we have the top done, we need to do the same thing at the bottom. We need to go up to the score mark and just free these tabs along the bottom. And now I'm just going to do a slight angle on these tabs. And so now I want this to be the front of my box because this bird is going in the right direction. So I want to take that top flap and fold it under. And before I completely glue it down, I am just going to angle in a little bit to remove a portion. And the reason why I angled in is because when I fold it in, I want to make sure that none of that is hitting my score mark. So I'll go ahead and place some glue. You can cut this off if you want. I like to take mine and fold it in because it gives my boxes a very nice lip. And so now that you have that folded in, we can just take our scissors and we're going to round the corners of this piece here very lightly. Not a deep rounding, just a small one. And that's going to help our box to fold in a lot easier. So now we're ready to put it together. We are going to take some glue and just add some glue to our glue flap. We'll take this in, and so now we can match it. I'll lay it down. We'll get it nice and stuck. So now we have our box. I am just going to take these two pieces and fold them over. That's going to help to keep my box squared while I glue the base. So I'm going to take the bottom, fold those two tabs in, add just a little bit of glue, take the back of the box and attach it to those tabs. And then I'll take some glue. We're going to place it on that piece. Get that nice and stuck. And now I'm going to open this, and then I can use my ruler just to go on the inside and make sure that everything is nice and stuck. And now I have a beautiful box for my beautiful cards. We're going to take those cards, place them in the box. We'll close the box. And now we have a really beautiful box to hold our cards. And because I did use a napkin that didn't have a full print, it actually had a print per section for each 4 corners. You're going to have a portion of your box front that will be upside down, as well as a portion on the back. Now that's unavoidable if you want to wrap the whole box in this napkin. Now, if you want to just cut out pieces and place them on the top to have everything nice and aligned, you can. If you want to disguise some of the fact that some of the words on your box might be upside down, you can take a decorative piece and place it on the top like I'm about to do here, and that'll help if you don't want the look of the upside down words. Now for me, because I knew going in that my words would be upside down or some of my graphics would be upside down, it doesn't really bother me, but I am going to place this down so that those of you who want to do the whole wrap method can see that there is a way that you can still have the beauty of the napkin, but also kind of take the eye away from where your graphic might be upside down. So all I've done is I have taken some of my Dollar Tree foam tape, placed it on the back, and this is what we're going to put down. So we're going to elevate this just a little bit. So I'm just going to remove the tape backers. And now I can take this, and where you put it, it's completely up to you, or you don't even have to put anything on yours like this. You can go with the nice wraparound look that might have a portion of it upside down. That's part of the charm of using napkins. Everything does not have to be perfect. So here is my second box, and here is the first box that I made. I am going to take out my cards so you can see how gorgeous of a set we're able to make using the cards and creating a custom box. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, easy way to use napkins to continue to customize our projects. If you have a beautiful napkin that you like, pull it out and craft it. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.